this is Cold Turkey, and we're still throwing down with Fallout New Vegas. Remember, we left off last week doing a quest, Return to Cinder, which leads us in a lot of different places in the wasteland, having a good old time. And it's also a good chance to get a really nice pistol. Towards the end of the quest, there's a few parts to it, of course. It's not the only way you could get this particular pistol, but hey. And while you're up here in this area, we're kind of up towards the mountains. You can get towards that Remnants bunker. There's a few locations up here in the mountain, which is northwest side of the map. Another location, you can see me kind of strutting along, walking like I'm some sort of tough guy, is a super mutant community. You can talk to Marcus, who is a character from Fallout 2. If you've played Fallout 2, you'd know that. Or maybe you just know and you've never actually played Fallout 2. Personally, I'm going to recommend Fallout 2. It's a great game. I just got done playing through it and beating it. And even though it's old and outdated, you know what? Fallout 2 is one of those classic games that ages well. So discover Jacobstown, and then once you've sent all the radio signals to the first part of the quest, you can talk to this lady again who says she's gotten some funky reports. So you want to go back and talk to the people and be like, yo, what's up with these funky reports? Because they're funky. Speaking on a slightly different note, while we got the chance, didn't put out a video last week. Been super busy at work. Things have been going crazy. And then on top of that, in my own quote-unquote personal life, or however you want to say it, been getting back into tabletop role-playing, which does take some time. And I'm going to be running, it's Legend of the Five Rings, going to be running that come January. You know, just your friends, you hang out, soda, pizza, and then of course you got the actual game you're playing. It just takes a lot of time. So you have to forgive me if I'm not throwing down multiple videos every weekend, because I'm busy. The Turk is busy. What can I say? So, back to the quest that we're going through here. This is the second part of the three-part Return to Cinder. We got to find somebody to talk to for these funky reports. What's this ranger saying? Oh boy, she doesn't look happy. Oh, yeah, maybe you just did it. What are the rangers? Blah, blah, blah. You can go through the chat options, talk to her. She'll yell at you a lot. Who am I talking to up here? So now we're back up to that place in the mountains. Oh boy, she's way out here, walking away from camp, doing a patrol. So we got to chat with her. Be like, what's up with this funky report? Great Khans riding Deathclaws? That'd be crazy. Can you imagine if that was in the game? Great Khans riding Deathclaws? Yes. Somebody should totally make that mod. Speaking of which, there have been some awesome mods that have come out in the last couple months on the Nexus. Woo, boy, swimming in them, I tell you. So you did that, you get the reports. Now you got to talk to this lady again for the third and final part of the quest chain. And basically what she reveals is that there's actually one person who's been handling all these reports, Chief Hanlon. So you need to go talk to Chief Hanlon up at Camp Golf. Once you get to Camp Golf, go into the big building. The chief is going to be on the balcony facing the lake if you go during daylight hours, because apparently he likes to look at water or something like that. I don't know what it is, but that's what he likes to do. So we're getting into the building here, and we're going to have a little chatty chat with the chief. There's a couple of different ways you can go about talking with the chief. Personally, I like to go the way that makes him commit suicide. As you go through the dialogue options and you talk to the chief, you'll find out some pretty interesting things about him. He's one of those guys that talks a lot. He's kind of like me, but less entertaining. Hey, yo! Dun-dun-dun. So he wants you to go to his office because you're threatening to report him. Then when he goes into the office, you want to make sure that your companion is blocking that hallway out there, because when he's going to kill himself, people are going to come running in, and you're going to want to steal a bunch of stuff after he kills himself, because you're going to be sneaky. So confront him. Basically, there's two ways you can go about it. At the end of the day, you can either have him commit suicide or not. If you have him not commit suicide, really you're agreeing to help the Legion, because he's basically a traitor. Although that's oversimplifying it vastly. He committed suicide, steal off of him, steal the gun that went on the ground. You'll notice that it took the ranger a while to get through because I had I had a balloon. No, I had Boone blocking the hallway. Speaking of Boone, our sniper friend, we're going to bring him to Bitter Springs. Remember a few commentaries ago, Boone, we'd gotten to the point where we'd gotten enough like points for him to sort of be willing to confront his past here at Bitter Springs because he did some horrible things. Great Khans have come through. You'll learn a lot about Boone's past and what happened to the Great Khans as we follow this into the quest chain, and it also upgrades Boone's gear, which is a nice little handy thing to have. He'll tell you to go out here to the Coyote Ridge or Route 15, or I don't know what it's called. I can't remember exactly. Oh, we'll see it here in a second. Coyote Tail Ridge. Canyon 37. Okay, I was off on a few of those. Alright, so Canyon 37, Coyote Ridge. We're going to spend the night. And then Legion are going to come swarming in, trying to take off people from this camp, like slavers, something like that. And we all going to stop them. Alright, you dirty Legion scum. Get our gun out. Get ready. Why would they come to Bitter Springs? Saves us the trouble of finding them. You don't sound surprised. What are we waiting for? Charge! Now, these Legion errors can be a little bit pesky if you're not ready for them. Now, you notice I'm wearing combat armor. It's not the best armor in the game by any stretch of the imagination, but it's enough for now. Later on, when we get power armor training, we can get some much better armor if you like wearing heavy armor. Some people like to play the game with light armor and not really get heavy armor. I'm all cool with that. It doesn't bother me at all. There have been times where I've played through whole portions of the game with light armor instead of heavy or medium armor, and it's totally fine. But at the end of the day, if you want the maximum protection, probably going to have to go with power armor. Although, at the end of the day, it is debatable between two main power armors. You got the Remnant's power armor versus T51, and the T51 has 2,000 hit points, whereas the Remnants doesn't have nearly near that, but it's got 3 more damage threshold, blah, blah, blah. Talking about power armor, but I'm not showing power armor in the footage. What am I doing? I have lost my mind. So we're taking out the Legion as they're coming into the camp. They're going to come in waves. So when you take out one wave, there's a good chance you're going to have to leave the camp to go take out another wave. This gun I'm using totally sucks. I have no idea why I'm using this gun. It does no damage. It's like I'm shooting them with a pea shooter. It's like deep deep. It only holds 7 bullets. I wonder if there's a mod for the ammo. Comes standard in the game. Well, whatever. Anyway, grab what you can. I'm sure I'll start using a better gun eventually. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like using lousy guns just because I'm a punk. You take out all the Legion. I'll fast forward through all that. Then basically you have 2 options with Boone. You can have say, hey, you know what, you couldn't help it, life's life, that's the way it goes. Or you can be like, yeah, you were a jerk, get away his combat armor, and he brings in new threads. Wow, excuse me, had a bit of a frog in my throat there. So he'll bring on new threads, depending on which way you complete the quest. You talk to this lady, no, not much, you can get a quest from her. Also go to the doctor in here, get a quest from him. There's all kinds of stuff you can do for this camp. They're really in need of a lot of help. With this guy, he needs doctor bags and medical techs. The medical techs are going to come from... Where is it going to come from? I think it comes from the Crimson Caravan. Yeah, there's a merchant in the Crimson Caravan who sells 2 techs that this guy needs to complete his quest. And yeah, you keep your eye out for the books. Give him the 3 doctor bags, and there you go. Oh, did I already find the books? I think I already bought the books. I found the books he wanted. Okay, so I'm a dirty, rotten cheater. I already went to Crimson Caravan and bought the books ahead of time. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Ooh, can I steal something? Can I steal something? Let me see. Oh, detected. Detected? Come on. Come on. Dang it. It ain't working. Nope. Ah. Oh well. I was going to steal something, but maybe not. He's a struggling doctor. I'll let him get away with it this time. So one of the things he's going to have us do is go to a bunch of camps, try to rally troops for what's going on in their camp. Makes sense. So you can go to this camp, move around a little bit. Eventually you're going to get a quest where you got to train these 4 retards who can't figure out anything from anything. Multiple ways you can solve the quest. Personally, I prefer to talk to mags and go with the training. You can train them to use their guns better and then train them to throw their grenades better. In order to complete the quest this particular way, you're going to need at least a 45 in your gun skill, and you're going to need a 45 in your explosive skill. Although, to be honest, you're probably going to have about a 50 in each of those towards the end of the game anyway, so that you can use whatever weapons are available at the time. Sometimes you might need to use explosives, throw whatever, or maybe, I think rocket launchers go under explosives. Or do they go under heavy weapons? I think they're... Well, I don't know. I'm going to have to go check on that. I'm not sure. Anyway, long story short, you go through all the training. You can see the grenade training just finished up. And whoa, Flags of our Phalops is completed. And this is also a camp that we are requesting aid from the camp that's in need, where remember we got the new threads for Boone. And there's a few other camps we need to go to. You can look at them all spread out. Most of them are places that you've been to before, mainly because we've been doing quests in this sort of pattern. Then on top of that, we had the Return to Cinder quest, which was sending us all throughout to Mojave. So you're going to have a lot of these places already on your minimap. Just quick travel to them. We'll talk to the major, get some troops. Let's rock and roll on out of here. Where do we go next? Okay, so we're going to Camp McCarran. We got to go in here. There's a lot of things we can do in this place. There's NPCs we can talk to, quests we can get, bounties we can get. So we got to go hunt down like fiend leaders. Then inside the main building, there's all kinds of stuff we can do. No, I don't want to talk to the trooper. Where am I going? I'm looking for somebody. No? Okay, here they are. Yep. Okay, so talk to the lieutenant, and the lieutenant will basically, one of their, I think it's Betsy or Betty, she got raped when they were on a mission, so you're going to have some psychological help for this chick. She's total dyke, she's all like, if you're a girl, then you can hit on her and do some funny things, and give her a speech, or you can do some medicine, whatever you want to do. Go talk to him again, and then he'll tell you to go back to a doctor. Doctor. One of the great things about the doctor that he tells you to finish off the quest for is it's the doctor that has all the enhancements that can beef up your special traits, like more strength, more agility, more stuff like that. Talk to the major right here. He's going to give you 3 bounties. Violet, Cook, and Driver Nelphi, I think, is the 3rd guy. And these are all 3 fiend leaders. Now, the big fiend leader, you're going to get a quest for him back into the main building when you talk to a different guy. But go through what this guy has to say, then go into the main building, and on the left side, you're going to find the Colonel James Su Hasu. How do you pronounce that? HSU. Well, I don't know. Whatever. So he's going to tell you to go to Vault 3, take care of Mona Runner, help out some things there. You go into this door right by where you talked to the Colonel, and then you get this Thomas Hildern guy. He wants you to go check out a vault and recover some data from the vault. Now, there's going to be another quest that'll send you to the same vault for the Brotherhood of Steel, and then there will be a third quest that'll send you to that vault when you're dealing with Veronica, who's a companion. So if you have Veronica and you're part of the way through the Brotherhood of Steel missions, then you can get all three of those missions all taking place in that particular vault what the plants have taken over. Another thing we can do is talk to Lieutenant Carey here. Go in here, she's interrogating a captured Legionnaire. If you have a really high intelligence, remember my character has a 10 intelligence and a very, very high speech. Choose all the intelligence options and the speech options, and you can trick him into thinking you're a member. Wow. You can trick him into thinking that you're a member of the Legion, and that'll make him spill his guts. And so that's one way you can complete the quest, or you can beat it out of him. Talk to Private Christine. This is sort of an unmarked quest. You're not going to get a big, huge, with text on the upper left telling you that it's a quest. There's a lot of unmarked quests in this camp, actually. 2 unmarked quests you can get for this food guy back here. He's having some problems where he doesn't have meat, he doesn't have spices, and the machine in the back broke down. Another unmarked quest you can get is with this guy, Daniel Contreras. He has a ton of 308 ammo. He has Ultra Jet buff out, so he's got amazing access to drugs, ammunition, heavy weapons, and on top of that, if you complete an unmarked quest chain for him, he'll give you access to a unique weapon called this machine, which is an amazing gun to have. Go up to this tower kind of around midnight. You'll see that Ronald Curtis is actually a mole for the Legion who has been telling the Legion all the things that have been going on. Eat close range firepower, punk. Kiss kiss bang bang. Turns out he planted a bomb inside the train. Go to the train, first vent when you enter. You can use explosives or science to defuse it. Try to get out of the train pretty soon. I don't know if they fixed this bug, but the train would actually take off with you still in it. I think they fixed that by now, because we're on the official patch 1.4 at the time of me making this video. Unmarked quest for Contreras, the gun. We talked to the gun runners, talk to Isaac. You might have to have a few high skills to take care of some of the things. But like I said, when you take care of the quest for Contreras, it is a win-win situation because his inventory is huge. He has so many great things going on, especially in the drug department. Ultra Jet is amazing. Go in here, and this is also the member I was talking earlier about, the doctor who can give you all those cybernetic enhancements on all your specials. So I could upgrade charisma, endurance, strength, things like that. Talk to her and you'll finish off the I Don't Hurt Anymore quest for Corporal Betsy, who got raped when she was on patrol. And then if you want to buy any extra implants while you're here, make sure to do that. They are not cheap, but as I talked about kind of early on in some of the beginning commentaries that I'd made, let's be honest, it is incredibly easy to make money in New Vegas. When you're done doing that, one thing I like to do by now is kind of go around to Camp McCarran. I like to wait an hour for no particular reason. I think I was waiting for a merchant to respawn there, but he's probably stuck inside the building behind a bunch of NPCs. Happens like that sometimes. So we're going to go in here and we are going to talk to Alice McCafferty. She'll give you some quests that you can do. One of the interesting things is later on there's an option to kill Alice McCafferty for a quest involving Cassidy, if I'm not mistaken. Basically, she wants vengeance and roar, going to take him out. So we'll talk to the merchant. Next up, we're going to retrieve the corpse of Christine's husband or whatever. But we're running a little low on time. So until next time, this is Cold Turkey. Thanks for watching.